Puppet Master. Whether you've seen it or not, you've definitely heard of it. This series, which refuses to die, is easily Full Moon's most successful franchise ever, and the only one really worth watching. Now let's talk about 1989's cult classic Puppet Master. The movie opens up in the 30s, where we see a magician, alchemist, whatever, named Andre Toulon, and he's stashing away his collection of animated marionettes. After managing to hide them, he offs himself just before a couple of men break in to kill him, and this is when we hop to present day. That's right, this movie takes place in 2023. Well, actually, it's more like present day 1990, but whatever. From here we follow a group that has magical abilities. There's Alex, the main one, he's a man that can dream the future. Dana, a woman who can read the future, like Alex, but without the dream requirement, or something. Then there's the blonde lady who's able to see the history of objects she comes into contact with, and there's the final guy who Blondie screws. I forget what he does, but one thing's for sure, his ability definitely has nothing to do with intelligence, cause this idiot gets a dolly kissing scene while blindfolded and for some reason thinks that's his fully human-sized wife. Well, girlfriend, whatever Blondie is. Anyway, so the group go to the Bodega Bay Inn, the place where their old friend Neil used to reside. They go there believing he learned the secrets of the Puppet Master, but alas, he's dead. It's amazing how none of the psychics saw that one coming, but yeah. He's not really dead though. You see, Neil cheated death, and he's actually alive. I mean, he did kill himself, but he somehow brought himself back to life after doing that. Anyway, after finding out the death of their friend Neil, the group try finding the Puppet Master's secret magic stuff. We learn that the magic is some sort of ancient Egyptian thing, and that's how Andre was able to animate inanimate objects. And as the group are trying to find the man's stuff, they, do a whole lot of nothing. Dana picks a little fight with Neil's wife who's there too, and then kinda screws off and minds her business until Pinhead decides to come get her ass. Blondie and her man, they get up to some naughty stuff involving blindfolding and tying up the man. And it's during this when Tunneler gets the jump on her. I don't know how. She looked under the bed, she saw Tunneler stand up, she just kind of waited for him to run across the length of the bed, and yeah, I don't know how he was able to do that. I guess he found some new glitches or hacks or something. This must be the Puppet Master game. Maybe he cheated somehow. Maybe her AI wasn't working. Her man is then kissed on by a leech woman, who ends up leaving leeches on him and, well, you know, kills him obviously. Now as for Alex, he's asleep. He's woken up at one point by Neil's wife, and they end up going to the dining room where they see Neil himself in the bodies, surrounded by some of the puppets. Neil brags about cheating death and then tosses the jester puppet around before laying the beatdown on his wife and Alex. And when Alex starts fighting back, he manages to send Neil into the elevator where Pinhead closes him in and the puppets kill him. Which, funny enough, may actually be from the one scene I remember of this movie. I remember seeing a tiny bit of this movie as a kid. It might have been Neil's death. All I know is it involved a man being attacked in or around an elevator, and I remember Pinhead and Blade being there, maybe Tunneler? Puppet Master as a series, and especially just this first classic film, is one I've definitely been meaning to get to since I began watching horror. I mean, if any of you have been around since then, you'd know the very first banner art this channel ever had featured Blade in it. Ultimately though, I don't think I was missing anything, and that pains me to say. I really wish it was a lot better, but no, Puppet Master isn't a horrible movie. It's not perfect or anything all that special, but at least it's not bad. It's just an movie with some really fun moments. This is a good film, with an interesting story and some nice puppet work, but I'm hoping the sequels are better. I'm not gonna hold my breath though, given the fact that Full Moon isn't really known for making great quality content. I mean, most of their newer stuff is just an excuse for weed and tits. In the end, this may surprise some people, I would give the first Puppet Master a low 8 out of 10. I know this is not a movie that will be for everyone, but I did have a fun time with it, and I love the stuff we got with the puppets. Ultimately, I feel like if you watch this franchise, they are why you're watching it. You don't watch it for the story, you don't watch it for the totally great, awesome characters, you're watching for some cool puppet shit. You want to see Pinhead punch some people, you want to see Blade slash and hook people, for Leech Woman to cover people in her leeches. You're watching this series for the fun puppet mayhem. And though this movie is also kind of lacking in that department, there is still enough here that I still had fun. Nothing felt like a drag, and again, I did think the story was interesting, but again, to repeat myself, it's not for everyone. If you've seen this movie, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Have a nice day.
Looking for more horror fun?
You're goddamn right.
Then check out the VHS comic book series, a parody of the horror genre that follows the lives of 3 teens as they fight to survive a horror movie, where every day is loaded with blood, boobs, and buds. The first 2 issues can be found in the description below.
I was obsessed with the